The story begins about 100 years ago, when giant titans who looked like humans started eating humans whoever came their way, and they started destroying humanity. But humans built 3 layers of walls to protect themselves from them, and created their own separate world. But they also thought that these walls could collapse at any time. After that, we meet Armin, who works in a garage here. But today he takes a leave from his boss and leaves early. When Armin is going, on the way he meets a small boy, who shows him a toy and says to fix it. Armin promises to fix the toy and leaves. Then he runs and meets Mikasa. After that, they both run and meet Eren, who is standing on a missile. Eren is Mikasa's boyfriend. He scares them and starts laughing at them. Then suddenly he slips and falls off the missile. Then he tells them that he has made a plan in which we will go out of this wall and see what the world outside is like. But Armin says that if we get caught, Eren says that nothing happens, we won't get caught. Then he kicks the missile, and the 3 of them see that there's a painting. Armin says that the painting is of the sea. Mikasa says that it would look very beautiful in real life. But she's disappointed about how she'll see the sea. Eren says, "Do you really want to see the sea? Then let's go." Then the 3 of them quietly start going near the walls. And there's a patrol of army soldiers there. But somehow they quietly reach near the wall. But when they see the walls up close, they're very surprised because the 3 of them looked very small compared to the wall, because they had never seen these walls so closely before today. Eren intends to go beyond the wall, but Mikasa and Armin refuse, saying that if they're caught, they'll be killed, and they say that there might be a very large army of titans beyond the wall. But Eren says that there's no such thing as titans, and it's been more than 100 years now, they must have died by now, and were hiding behind the walls like cowards. Suddenly some army soldiers arrive and arrest them, but Eren starts fighting them. Just then, Captain Suda appears there and stops their fight and sends the other soldiers away. Actually, Captain Suda used to be Eren's mother's boyfriend, and his mother left him. Then he tells that in childhood, he also tried to escape from this wall but was caught. Then he tells that we have formed a scout team that will go beyond the wall and see if the titans are dead or still alive. And he also offered Eren that he can also be a part of the scout team, and says that then they will take some part of the land back into their possession, and then they will be able to live with their heads held high. But suddenly the ground starts shaking and the wall starts breaking, and it felt like doomsday had come. Then everyone got scared and looked at the wall. A very big giant titan emerged from the wall, whose body was on fire and he was surrounded by smoke. This titan was bigger than the wall and was roaring in a high voice. No one could believe their eyes. Then he started kicking the wall hard again and started breaking the wall. Everyone was in caves and everyone started running. The apocalypse had begun. The army began preparing their weapons. But by then, a giant titan had made a very big hole in that wall and broke the wall. For a few moments, the destruction stopped and light started coming from the wall. The giant titan had disappeared by then. But at the same moment, some human titans started coming inside through the hole in the wall. A very large army of titans had entered the human settlement, and the army soldiers attacked them, but they were very strong. It did not affect them at all. And they started preying on humans, started eating them, and then caused havoc. Now, once again, the destruction of humans had begun. Those 3 friends were watching all this with their own eyes. A storm had broken out everywhere. Now people in the city were running to save their lives. Everyone was dying and the titans were dominating the humans. Everyone was trying to save their lives. A very large crowd of people was entering the buildings. Eren and Armin had also gone into the building, but Mikasa was left outside while saving a child. Just then, a female giant titan saw Mikasa and killed her, and Eren saw all this with his own eyes. But it was too late. He could not save Mikasa. When he came out, the titans had also attacked the building in which many humans were hiding to save their lives. But unfortunately, they could not survive and became victims of the titans. And everyone had gone into the mouth of death. Eren was now left alone, and every trace of humans was wiped off the face of the earth. And now this world had become a complete disaster, and humans were finished. Now we see a scene 2 years later, where the people living were completely safe, because it was on the other side of the wall because of which they survived. Here, Commander Kubble is leading. The commander tells everyone that the people on the other side of the wall have died, and the people who survived are now with us. And now there is also a shortage in our food and drink because agriculture used to happen on the other side of the wall, and that is where our supplies used to come from. But now it has become just a disaster. Now the commander tells them that we only have one way, which is that we rebuild the wall and restore it by killing the titans again. Now here, a scout team was formed, who had been given strict training for the past 2 years, and Aaron and Armin were also included in that scout team, who had survived the previous attack. The commander said that we will attack the Titan at night, because Titans have poor eyesight at night. Just then, weapon leader Hank comes there, who shows everyone a special type of wire weapon which is called ODMG machine, which will help the soldiers to fight the Titans. Then she explains the weakness of the Titans, which is a weak point located near their neck, where they can be easily killed by attacking. After this, before going on the mission, all the soldiers are given food, and while taking food, they meet Captain Suda, who had actually survived the previous attack. Both are very surprised to see Captain Suda. There is a boy named Gene in the same team, and he doesn't get along with Aaron at all. That's why he taunts Aaron, saying that the one who couldn't save his girlfriend, what will he save others? Due to which Aaron gets angry and starts hitting Gene. Anyway, after that everyone prepares to go on the mission and leaves in big trucks. Everyone was also scared that the Titans might kill them. Suddenly the truck starts shaking on the way, and when they come out and see, there were only some cows standing there. Now after this they start walking ahead. Then a girl named Sasha hears some sound, and she says that maybe some child is crying. But the surprising thing is, how can there be a child here? Anyway, hearing the sound, and Aaron also follows her, they start checking here and there with their lights. After going a little further, Aaron's light goes off. But Sasha suddenly feels something falling on her, and when they see through the lights, a Titan's baby is eating a human. Aaron puts his hand on Sasha's mouth. The little boy sees them and starts to catch them. In the process of catching them, he falls down. Seeing his hideous face, they both run away from there. Other people also hear the boy's screaming voice, and suddenly the ground starts shaking again, and everyone gets scared. They see that one of the soldiers has been picked up by a Titan and eaten. On the other side, Aaron and Sasha were running and a Titan was chasing them. But a very big, fat-looking Titan stomps on it, and then Commander Cubble hears a terrifying sound. Then we see that the Titans are chasing the soldiers and the soldiers are running. And suddenly Aaron falls down and a Titan is behind them. But before that Titan can catch Aaron, a fat boy named Sanagi comes and pushes the Titan down. We see a boy armed with his swords and weapons. This boy's name is Shikishima. He flies into the air and starts killing the Titans one by one. Then we see a girl flying in and killing the last Titan. This girl is none other than Mikasa, and she was not dead, she was saved. Aaron sees her and is surprised that Mikasa is alive, but she ignores him and leaves. Later, some injured soldiers are treated and some soldiers die. There, Jean accuses Aaron of causing everyone to die, and a fight starts again between them. But then Mikasa comes and stops their fight. Shikishima comes to Aaron and tells him that he fights quite well, and asks him to follow him. He asks about his parents, but he replies that they died in his childhood, and now he doesn't even remember their faces. Then he asks about Mikasa, what happened to her. Shikishima says that she is fine, and that he taught her how to fight. Asks Aaron if he also wants to learn. Aaron says that he wants to eliminate those Titans from the earth and that he hates those Titans. Because of them they live in fear. Shikishima laughs and says that this answer is wrong, that their enemy is someone else, it's those who protect them, and they are living here like sheep. But Aaron says that he is not a sheep. Shikishima says to be free and leaves after saying this. After this, he goes to Mikasa and asks her what happened to her that day. Mikasa says that the child was eaten by the Titan, and she was also about to be eaten by the Titan, but she survived. She shows the mark on her body where the Titan bit her. But suddenly an apple hits Aaron in the face, and this apple was thrown by Shikishima. He comes to Mikasa and feeds her the apple. Aaron is very jealous to see all this, but what can he do, and he leaves from there. Going outside, he starts screaming very loudly because his girlfriend cheated on him. But a girl named Hannah comes there and silences him, saying, "What are you doing? Hearing your voice the Titans will wake up." And she takes him to a place and tells him, "Will you be my husband because my husband died in the last attack, and become the father of my child?" And saying this she comes closer to him. They were still talking when a Titan comes behind them and drags Hannah away and swallows her. Then many more Titans come there. Seeing this, everyone starts running and prepares their ODMG gear. And everyone starts attacking the Titans. Shikishima and Mikasa also start killing the Titans. On the other hand, Commander Cubble issues orders to bring back all the explosive trucks. But one of the trucks is stolen by a man who had his face covered with cloth, and he starts running away with the truck. But then a girl named Lil comes and tries to take the truck from him. That man doesn't let her take the truck, but somehow she keeps driving the truck. Now she was very angry because her husband was also eaten by the Titan, and she drives this truck and crashes into a Titan, causing a very big explosion. That Titan dies and that girl also dies. Despite such a big explosion, the Titans were not affected, and they start eating humans. Eren was watching all this. Jean was also there, and he says to Jean that we have to fight the Titans and come with me. But he doesn't go. Eren remembers Shikishima's words, and he gets angry and excited and goes to attack the Titans. But a Titan grabs his leg and eats him. Now Eren had lost one leg, and now the Titans surround them from all sides, and they start catching humans. Then Sasha is on a building, and attacks a Titan with an arrow. After that, a very fat Titan grabs Armin from behind, and is about to eat him, when Eren comes and saves Armin's life, and goes into the Titan's mouth himself. Then the Titans start catching other soldiers. Then Armin comes to Mikasa and says that Eren has been eaten by a Titan, but Mikasa doesn't care and she leaves, and starts killing the Titans, but suddenly her rope breaks and she falls, which injures her a lot, and at that moment she starts missing Eren. At the same time, the same Titan comes in front of Mikasa, who had eaten Eren. Then suddenly something starts happening to that Titan. Suddenly something tears out of it, and it was another Titan that came out of its body. And this Titan was none other than Eren, who had now transformed into a very powerful Titan. He was killing everyone. Mikasa was watching all this. She realized that Eren had now transformed into a Titan. He grabs Mikasa and looks into her eyes for a moment, then throws her back onto the building. Then suddenly he starts to weaken, causing him to fall down. The remaining soldiers are watching this. Then Captain Suda tells Mikasa to cut the Titan's neck, otherwise Eren will also die with the Titan. Mikasa hurries and cuts the Titan's neck. Then Eren comes out, and everyone is shocked to see that Eren is alive. And it is seen that Eren's body parts were now completely healed, and he had also become a Titan now. Mikasa was watching all this very carefully. Shikishima, standing on the building, was also watching this. And with this, the movie's part 1 ends here. And in the second part we will see how Eren became a Titan. And to watch part 2, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Thank you for watching.